Alright, this is going to be the life goal, what this is all about, and then what I want to do with my life when I die. Or when I die. So life goal, I know I'd read it before, but I'll read the introduction. I'll go through each section here. Introduction. The inspiration of this goal comes from two ideas. Benjamin Franklin's 1789 donor story and the timeless proverb, give a man a fish and feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime. The vision is to create a $100 million perpetuity fund that will address the root cause of abject poverty by investing in education. The fund will be used to build schools, provide education materials, and empowering communities in developing countries. By prioritizing education, the goal is to help people and develop the skills and knowledge to lift themselves and the communities out of poverty permanently. This approach recognizes a utilitarian approach. In the short term, some people may not immediately benefit as resources are directed towards systematic long-term solutions, but over time, countless lives will be transformed. The fund will indefinitely last forever, providing support for generations to come. As you can see, we're a long way from $100 million. As I read this, we're at 177 grand. So, good life goal, Jordan Peterson says. You want to get a tall mountain that you can constantly make progress towards but never actually attain, because you enjoy the journey of it, not actually being on top. So now we'll go into how it will work. The perpetuity fund will be reinvested in the S&P 500, a reliable stock index that historically provides consistent long-term growth. Each year, the fund will average 10%, for example. From this growth, inflation will be accounted for to maintain the value of the fund, and 2% of the growth will be reinvested to ensure that the principal amount keeps growing over time. The remaining amount, in this case 4%, will be used to fund educational initiatives. This formula ensures the fund will never run out of money and continues to grow, securing its impact for the future generations. Obviously, for negative years, no money will be taken out, and no money will be managed to time the market. Time in the market, not timing the market, which is what I have here. Be patient. This will be forever. It needs to be simple and stable. Projects supported by the fund will be, my apologies. Projects supported by the fund will be implemented by local leaders and organizations within the community it serves. No politicians. I just feel like there's too much weird stuff that goes on, and I don't want it to be linked to any kind of politics. I just want it to be ran by the people, for the people. I mean, not really much more I need to say, I don't think, at least for the time being. This will be ran by the people, not government. This ensures that the projects are culturally relevant and address the unique challenges of each region. For example, instead of outsiders deciding how funds are spent in the Congo, the elders and nonprofits will assess their communities' specific needs and identify the best resources and tools to address them. So, I know these are very general terms on how it's going to work. This is just the idea. Trying to make the foundation, and hopefully we'll build from there. Future goals. This is rather optimistic, but if one day abject poverty is eradicated, the fund will shift its focus to other critical issues in developing countries. These include, but are not limited to, or ranked, clean water and sanitation, increase quality, more for developing countries, minimalist affordable housing, sustainable, low-cost solutions to foster safety, comfort, and stability, higher education access, provide scholarships and resources to help individuals pursue advanced education, fostering innovation and leadership in their communities, protecting women and children, reduce domestic violence, improve maternal health care, and promote child safety, supporting small businesses, grants and free training to help individuals start and grow their business, including the trades, to drive local economic development. The key principle throughout these efforts will be to create dependency. That should be independency. My bad. For example, rather than giving single mothers a paycheck, which could unintentionally incentivize broken homes, the fund will provide job training and education to encourage financial independency and financial stability. The government deals with social issues, and this is to create innovation and growth. Alright, once I die, who will manage it? To ensure the fund is managed ethically and effectively, a small governing body of 3 to 5 people will oversee the funds. These individuals must have first-hand experience with poverty, education, or community development and demonstrate a lifelong passion by improving the world. So you don't have to come from that, you just have to have experience and show that you're dedicated towards it. Two important distinctions, or actually three. Small governing body, we don't want any corruption or any weird stuff going on. Capitalists, business, strictly businesses, because they're the people who foster innovation. I don't want to get political, but not liberal. This is direct funds to help people. This is not a social project. Let's leave it at that. And lifelong. We don't want anybody who's 20 and stuff. We want people with experience who actually know how to do this stuff ideally. So nobody who's like 20, for example, 30, 40, 50, 70, doesn't matter, just as long as they're competent. All right, the governing body will be selected through a transparent nomination process involving recommendations from trusted organizations and community leaders. Members will serve staggered 4 to 6 year terms to maintain continuity while bringing in fresh perspectives. This small group will allow for quick, focused decision making and minimize the risk of corruption. To recap all that, we have the bigger picture. The Perpetuity Fund is more than just a charitable incentive. It's a blueprint for sustainability and change. By investing in education and empowering local communities, the funds will tackle the root cause of poverty, not just the symptoms. It will continue to grow and evolve, adapting to new challenges while maintaining its core value of self-reliance, sustainability, and ethical responsibility. Through careful management and a focused long-term impact, this goal seeks to create a legacy that will improve lives for generations to come. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate it yet, but I want to use religion as an introduction to people, but not use it as a tool. There can be a lot of corruption in religions, in all of them, and I want to avoid that. So maybe we'll just have sayings that are universal, like not in God we trust, because that's on the dollar bill, but something about God. I'm sure Jordan Peterson has something maybe that we could use just to introduce people to it. Myself, I'm a Christian, but I don't really care what anybody else follows. I just think as long as you're following some sort of moral guideline through religion, I think that would be fantastic. So, don't know how we're going to do that yet. I wrote all this in cursive because I think you have to slow down even more and think about it. I stumbled a couple times because obviously my cursive is not very good, but that's the big overthought here. Maybe we'll get some new ideas after I read this book. I think it's called How to Spend $50 Billion to Make the World a Better Place. But who knows? That's the life goal right now. Thank you for listening.